Hello, what's up? In this video, I want to show you how you can easily use my latest gradient map skin tone presets to color grade your images in Photoshop. So this is going to be a new way to release my presets for you to use. And if at all you are interested at the end of the tutorial, make a point that you hit the like button on this video. And also, if at all you want to support the channel for the content that I always create for you, make sure that you purchase these presets by checking the links in the description of this video. So these are going to be called the Ronix gradient presets. So I want to show you how you can easily use them and how you can easily install them into your Photoshop so that you can use them later on after buying them. So after you have purchased these presets or these gradients, make sure that you first of all unzip the folder. So after unzipping it and you have that location in mind, what you have to do is taking note of that location and how to install them into your Photoshop. Make sure you open up Photoshop and at least have an image open within your Photoshop. So after doing that, just come to window and make sure that you have the gradients option right here checked. So make sure you have it checked. So after doing that, the next thing that you want to do is come into the adjustments layer right here and simply left click and you come to where it says gradient map right here. I hope you can see it, and simply left click. So how to install these gradients within your Photoshop? Simply click on this gradient color right here or whichever color that may be appearing in your gradient slider or option right here and simply left click on it. So this is how you can easily import your gradients. As soon as you open up that, or as soon as you click on this color right here, it is going to open up your gradient editor. So after it has opened that up, simply come to import and simply left click on that import option. So it is going to open up your finder or where you can easily find your unzipped gradients, and you can simply left click and simply hit open, and when you're done doing that, it's going to show your gradients in this gradient preset option. So you can see that mine are already imported, and after importing, this is how it is going to be looking. So simply click on the drop down icon, and as well you can click and open that. So you can start in these gradients. We have around 15 presets, and these are going to work on both light skinned and dark skinned models. So for this case, in this video, I'm going to be demonstrating on both a light skinned model and also a dark skinned model. So these are going to work on a range or a given or a wider tonal range. So for this case, you can see that the model we are working on is light skin. So I'm just going to get these ones down here because the lighter ones really are going to be working based on the light skin model. So I'm just going to choose one and simply click on OK. So I'm just going to close this briefly. So as you can see, this is going to be affecting the overall image, and we just want to affect only the skin tone. So first of all, the very first thing you have to do is come into the blend mode and change it from normal and change it all the way down to soft light, and just look at what this has done to the image. Just look at the before and after. Before, after. You can even leave the image looking like this, but if at all you'd love it to only affect the skin tones, make sure the white layer mask is selected and simply press Ctrl or Command I on the keyboard, and that is going to invert the layer mask. And simply come to your brushes and right click and get the brush tool, and make sure you set it in this way. So make sure the hardness is 0 and the mode is normal opacity and the flat 100%, and make sure you have black and white right here. So I'm just going to repeat this. After inverting this, just come and select the brush tool and make sure it is the hardness at 0%, the mode is normal opacity and the flat 100%, and make sure you have black and white right here. So with these two small boxes, if at all you have any different color, make sure that you simply left click on this tiny box right here, and that is going to reset and make you have black and white. So you can switch between black and white by using X on the keyboard. So make sure white is on top, or you can even use this arrow to switch between black and white colors. So after that, with that brush really selected, you can now, meaning the white brush is going to be revealing our color grading that was hidden behind this black mask. So just come with that white brush and simply paint in the colors in the skin tones, and you can see this is going to affect the image in a better and more efficient way, because in this case we are only targeting, or we are only affecting the skin tones of this very model. And you can see it is very nice, fast and quick. If at all you don't have the money to pay for a license of Capture One, so these are going to be helping you color grade even better and have better and uniform skin tones for your images. So if at all you want to eliminate color grading from some areas, simply switch back to white by using X on the keyboard. You can switch the brush back to black and you can eliminate the color grading, for example, from the lips areas and also the eyes. And with that, you're already done doing the color grading, and you can also eliminate the extras if at all you have painted away from the areas that you didn't want to affect. So this is the before after. Of course, you have options like choosing or turning down the opacity if at all you have overdone it. But for the case of this, I'm just going to leave it at 100%. So if at all you feel like the color is not appealing or good enough for you, you can simply double click on this gradient icon right here. And when you double click, simply left click on that color still and come down here and come to your gradients, and you can now play around with different colors from the light color selection. You can see you're going to be having a variety of colors to work with and choose from. So whichever color that you want to choose for your subjects, that is going to really work. So I would choose this color because it really works best for this kind of model, and I'm just going to simply click OK. And this is the before for the color grading, and this is the after. Just look at how nice and simple that was. So for the second example, it is going to be for a slightly dark skinned model, and we want to see how that is going to be affecting this. So just going to come to the gradient map option and simply left click, and it's going to open up the gradient editor. Come down here and open up our presets and simply left click on whichever preset that you want. So you can click through and you see what color can work best for your image. So let me just choose this color right here and simply click on OK. Come to the blend mode and change it from normal, and I'm just going to be using soft light. And you can see it is now affecting the entire overall image, but we only want it to affect the skin area. So for this case, make sure the white layer mask is selected and simply press Ctrl I on the keyboard or Command I on the keyboard, and that is going to invert the effect. So with the brush tool selected, opacity and the flat 100%, make sure you have white on top right here, and you can reset the color swatches by using this click option, and that is going to put black and white. So make sure white is on top by using X on the keyboard, or you can use the arrow key. So make sure white is on top, and with the white brush you can now paint in the color grading on only the skin area of the subject that you want to color grade. You can say this is very nice and really effective. So I'm just going to paint in just like that, and I hope you can see how nicely done this is looking. So you can now come and paint in every area that has skin, and you can see if at all you don't have capture, and this is going to be a very nice and very effective way to get uniform skin tones for your models or your subjects. So if at all you have painted extras, switch back to black and make sure black is on top, and you can simply eliminate the extras from, for example, the eyes, and you don't want to affect them. So this is the before after. And when you feel like the effect is too much for your liking, you can simply come to the opacity and simply drop down the opacity, and you can see a before and after. So you can as well come and switch, or you choose a different color for your image. So I'm just going to come right here and run through these colors. That looks okay, it looks great. This also looks nice for a dark skin model. So just choose the color that you really prefer depending on the skin complexion of your model and simply hit OK. So basically, this is how to use my gradient map color grading presets. And if at all you want to purchase these for your images, make sure to support the channel by checking the links in the description of this video. And the link is going to be just below the title. Just click and drop down, and you look for that link, and you can purchase and support the channel at a very nice price for your professional work. So this is it for today's video. And if at all you have learned something new, subscribe and make sure you hit the like button on this video. And I'll see you in yet more tutorials to come. And don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.